The Bears are playoff bound, baby. Woo! Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, APW Sports, signing in for another Chicago Bears preview, as this could possibly be one of the biggest games of the Chicago Bears season, as the Bears travel to Santa Clara at 11-4 to take on another 11-4 football team on Sunday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers. I think this is going to be a crazy game. Big matchup, big time stage, prime time Sunday Night Football stage. But it's time for me to talk about it. But before I do, make sure you guys leave this video a like as it continues to help this channel to grow and it continues to beat the YouTube algorithm. And make sure you click the subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss anything that I post. Happy holidays to you guys. Thank you for the love and support. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Now, I think this is going to be a very tough matchup for the Bears, as they're going up against, I think, one of the best coach teams in the NFL when we're talking about Shanahan and Robert Saleh on the defensive side of the ball. Now, one thing that this 49ers team has been overcoming, injuries. We're talking about Bosa, Michael Williams, Fred Warner. Ayuk hasn't played all year. They had injuries to Purdy. They had injuries to George Kittle, and he's questionable for this ball game. Pearsall. They had a slew of injuries on this football team. And it's amazing that this football team is 11-4 as we speak right now. And they're also one of the more hotter offenses in the league, as they have not punted the football in 2 weeks. So I think this is going to be a very tough matchup. And I feel that way because even though, yes, this 49ers offense doesn't have their slew of weapons at wide receiver, they are very productive. Brock Purdy is probably coming off one of the best games of his career, going up against the Indianapolis Colts defense. Christian McCaffrey, one of the more productive running backs that we have in this league. Jaylon Jennings has been productive. Pearsall was in the lineup productive. Kendrick Bourne went in the lineup productive. George Kittle, if he's playing, productive. Offensive line has been playing some really good football. And we're talking about a Bears defense that one thing they haven't been able to do for majority of the season is get pressure on the quarterback. And we know that is one way that Brock Purdy struggles. If you're able to hit him, if you're able to get continuous pressure on him, it's going to make things difficult. And that's something the Bears just have not been able to do for majority of this season. Now, we're talking about a Bears defense that is predicated on turning the football over. They lead the league now with 31 takeaways, but they're going up against 49ers team that can't turn the football over. They have 20 takeaways on their own as an offense. So I think that is going to be key for the Bears. Is you got to try to take away this 49ers team over. Got to try to turn the ball over, especially going up against an offense that hasn't punted in 2 weeks. But I think a key is, number one, the Bears secondary being healthy. Nahshon White-Byard, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, at this point, recording this, it's all questionable. T.J. Edwards and DeMarco Jackson as well are questionable. So you're going to have some questionable guys for this ball game. Nahshon Wright, Pro Bowl snub, had a hell of a year. I think the tough matchup is going to be the tight ends. If George Kittle is able to play, that's going to be a very tough matchup for the Bears to face up against, because we've seen they've had some issues with tight ends, whether it be Musgrave, whether it be a guy like a Jake Ferguson earlier in the season. They are a team that kind of struggles with the inside part of the football field in coverage. And another thing they struggle with, like I said, is getting after the quarterback. They don't stop they are better against the run. Slightly. They only ranked 27th, but they did buckle down and play a style of defense last week that They were 5-0 as a defense. They did not allow a single red zone touchdown. You know they got a red zone. This Bears defense is predicated to give up yards. But one thing they didn't do last week is they did not give up the big play. And I don't think this 49ers offense is as explosive as we could say a lot of other teams. They are very methodical. They're going to run a football. They're going to get their shit. They're going to get their players. They're going to take the short routes. They're going to take these as they can get it. If the Bears can play a type of a defense where they're not letting up points in the red zone and holding the 49ers to field goals, I think you're going to have yourself a better shot of winning this.
Yo, what's up, guys? APW Sports here, and today's video is being brought to you by ExpressVPN. Now, there's a few things I really like about having ExpressVPN. One, I feel protected. Being on the internet a lot as a content creator, or being on the internet, period, especially in the 2025 modern era, you're going to need protections from hackers. You're going to need protections from your passwords. You're going to need protections from your vital credit card, vital personal information. ExpressVPN does an excellent job of protecting you. And also, if things happen to slip or if things have been exposed before, you will get alerts to your phone that will let you know that things have been exposed to the dark web and that you should take action. And then another thing that I really like about it is that you can unlock more of Netflix. Now, me personally, if you guys don't know, I am a big WWE fan. And since the WWE has a partnership with Netflix in the international areas, you can get your PLEs, you can get your Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all things WWE on Netflix. Best thing to do, switch your location to say a Canada, to say a United Kingdom, and bam, there you go. You have all your access to your WWE content, and it unlocks more things that necessarily United States does not carry. And that is another thing that I really love about ExpressVPN. So to get yours today and get 3 months free, click the link below and use code APW Sports at checkout to get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. You will not regret that at all. Best investment you will ever make. Protect yourself and unlock more television on Netflix to watch. Now, we're going to get back to this video.
Now, when we're talking about the Bears offensively, one thing I've always said about this Bears offense, especially in the passing game, and I think specifically in this passing game, is that they take a little too long to get going. Now, one thing that this 49ers defense is very young. They haven't been able to get after the quarterback well due to all of the injuries that they've had. Their secondary is a secondary that is not very great. And we're talking about Purdy and Odunze are still questionable. So is Drew Dalman on your offensive line. So, I think when we're talking about, they have the 8th ranked run defense. So they do play stout against the run. But it just seems like whatever type of defense the Bears play, they are able to run the football with the way that Ben Johnson is able to scheme up this offense. With Swift and Nugget running the football at extreme levels, with Pro Bowlers Joe Thuney and Drew Dalman on your offensive line, they have been playing some really good football. And I just think when we're talking about this Bears passing offense, even though they rank 14th, I just think they have to get themselves going a little bit earlier against this banged up San Francisco 49ers defense. It's very well coached, but they are a type of offense that does love to run the football to set up their passing game. But I just personally think if they are able to get themselves going early, that's going to do a lot to help this team. And then I think you're going to have to kind of play a style of game that Green Bay actually played against us, especially with the Bears defense being the way that it is that it doesn't necessarily stop people. It's a bend and don't break type of a defense. So I think they didn't win a time of possession last week, but we had some favors happen for us. I think you are going to have to win the time of possession, especially against the hot 49ers offense. The running the football, sustaining long drives, those 12, 13, 14 play drives, is going to be very key to, number one, keep your defense fresh. 2, keep your defense off the field, especially when they give up a ton of yards. So I think that is a style of complementary football that the Bears are going to have to play this week to get themselves even more of a shot. And on top of that, if your weapons are not able to go, and they didn't go last week. I think the 49ers are going to be a team that tries to stack the box, and that guys like Duvernay and Johnny Walker going to have to be, and Zacchaeus are going to have to be bigger contributors in your passing game. We know Loveland has been stepping up. Cole Kmet, I really love what he can do, but if Odunze and Burton are unable to go again this week, they're going to have to continue to play those roles in this offense. But with all that said, my pick is going to go to, I am going to roll with the Chicago Bears in this game, and I'm going to pick a score of 21-17. And I think there's my reasons for that. One, I think this 49er defense is so banged up that I think the Bears are going to be able to run a football with success. Two, I just think the style of defense that the 49ers have to play is not something that they're used to. And I think with the Bears, especially if their receivers are able to go, and the way Ben Johnson schemes up the offense, I think they can give themselves opportunities to take advantage of this defense. And then we're talking about the Bears on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to be a struggle, I'm not going to lie, because the offense of the 49ers is really high. I just think when we're talking about complementary football, the Bears, I think, are going to get themselves a takeaway or two, and we've known this team to capitalize off of that. And I was saying that this is a game they could possibly lose, but I personally think with the way that Ben Johnson can attack this 49ers defense, I think they make enough plays late. It's going to be a nail biter. I think Caleb Williams makes those key crucial throws late down the stretch in this type of a ball game, and he is able to pull it out late. It's not going to be the same thing as last week with the overtime pass, but I just think when we're talking about sustaining drives, sustaining clock, I think it's going to be one of those type of games, a 4-minute drive, where they're going to try to keep the Niners off of the field for the last seconds and give themselves a win. And I think it's going to come down to that. And then on top of that, Caleb Williams can escape pressure. And then the 49ers are not good at getting after the quarterback, especially with all the banged up injuries. And I think that play is right into the Chicago Bears' hands. So I think the Bears get this game late, 21-17 on the road to clinch themselves a spot as an NFC North Division champions. But those are my thoughts. Make sure you guys leave the video a like. Comment your thoughts down below. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for all the love and support in 2025, 2026. Still got more things to come. And I will catch you guys later. Bear down. Peace.